So you're thinking about making a move to Maitland, but you're not familiar with it and you want to know the good and bad before you make that decision. Well, that's what I'm here to talk about today. I am a Central Florida native. I've lived here my entire life and I know all of the ins and outs, including the good and bad of Maitland. So if that's what you're interested in, keep on watching. So if you're looking to learn more about Orlando in the Central Florida area, go ahead and tap that subscribe button, hit that bell to receive our notifications. I'm Alexis Nickley, owner of the Nickley Group, and we've been helping families make a move to the Central Florida area over decades. And whether you are looking to make a move today, tomorrow, or in the future, we'd love to be a resource for you along the way. So if you have any questions, go ahead and click on the information below to get in contact with us. And as I mentioned above, I'm going to be talking all about Maitland and the pros and cons, so let's get into it. I like to call Maitland Winter Park's affordable neighbor because it has all of the things that Winter Park has to offer, but without the shocking sticker price. So while we dive into this video, let's talk about some of the positives of Maitland. One of the things I love the most about Maitland is just the historic charm of the area. No two houses look alike. Every single home is going to look different. And the second thing I love about Maitland is just all of the nature and parks nearby. So when it comes to the lots for the houses in Maitland, they tend to be a little bit larger and they have those gorgeous oak trees. So if you can't stand those areas the houses are really close together, and when you look out your kitchen, you're looking into the master bedroom of your neighbor, you're gonna love Maitland. Some of the nature that's over here in Maitland that I love so much are the lakes located in the area. You have Lake Maitland, which is a really large skiable lake. Half of it is Maitland, the other half is zoned for Winter Park, and it's surrounded by gorgeous homes. The other unique lake in the area that most people know is Lake Sibilia. Something really cool that most people don't know about that lake is it is also skiable, but all of the houses have the docks in front of their home. So when you own a lot on Lake Sibilia, you've got your home and then your dock is across the street. So when you walk out of your front door every single day, you get to look at that gorgeous view. The other lake that is really well known in the area is Lake Lily. And Lake Lily is known for its farmers markets that it has every single weekend with locally owned businesses. And it's just a great vibe to go and visit on the weekend. The other thing about Maitland is it has some really amazing parks. One specific one I want to talk about is the Maitland Community Park. It has all of the things that you would want in a park: playgrounds, tennis, walking trails. It's a beautiful area to go and explore. The other thing about Maitland that people love so much is the schools of the area. I know most people will talk about just how the schools are good, but I want to explain to you why. So when it comes to Maitland, something really unique about this specific area is you are zoned for Seminole and Orange County. So depending on which part of Maitland you're in, whether it be the city or not, that's what public school you're going to be zoned for. Well, with Seminole County schools across the board, everybody knows those are all amazing schools. When it comes to Orange County, the schools that's zoned for in that area are Winter Park High School. Winter Park schools are one of the reasons why Winter Park is so expensive and sought after. So being in Maitland and being zoned for the city of Maitland, you actually are zoned for those schools without paying the sticker price, which is really awesome. The other thing I love about the schools with Maitland Maitland is the diversity in their private schools. So what I mean by that is if you want to go to a school based on your religion, there are several options in the area for you. Right now they have Shalom Orlando, which is the JCC, that's preschool for the Jewish community. They have Orangewood Christian Academy. I believe that one is K through 12. They also have, right on the border of Maitland and Altamont Springs, they have St. Mary Magdalene, which is K through 8, and that's a Catholic private school. Another thing that I love about Maitland so much is majority of the restaurants in the area are locally owned and operated. There are some places in Maitland that are staples of the area. So for example, Cappy's. If you're going to Maitland, you have to go to Cappy's. It's been around for years and years. They have subs there. They also have the Shishko Mediterranean Deli, which is a really awesome Mediterranean cuisine. They also have Antonio's, which is a 2-story Italian restaurant that has been there for years and years as well. They have some new restaurants in the area that have come around. Luke's, which is right on 1792, is more of that fine dining experience, but again, that locally owned business, so amazing and delicious food. They also have a new locally owned smash burger joint called Cow and Cheese that you should definitely check out if you're in the area. So overall, the food in the area is locally owned. That makes it more delicious and more of a fun vibe to visit. The last thing that I want to talk about Maitland is just the proximity to everything around you. So in Maitland, you're right next door to Winter Park. So if you want that vibe of Winter Park that everybody knows and loves, you're right next door. You are the neighbor to Winter Park. The proximity to downtown is it's not far away. It's about 20 minutes to get to downtown. And then even so, if you're wanting to go to a beach, right? Maybe you're moving to Central Florida because you love the beach, but you don't want to pay the price of being on the coast. You want to be a little bit more centered. Maitland is about an hour to New Smyrna Beach. So if you like to enjoy that on the weekends, you've got easy access to get there. So if you're making the move to Maitland, here are some things that you might want to consider before you do so. I've got to tell you, I would say probably one of the biggest things people talk about in Maitland is just the traffic. There are 2 main roads in Maitland. The first is 1792 and the other is Maitland Boulevard. Both of those during rush hour get extremely backed up. And what I would say too, if you're traveling for work, let's say you are moving to Central Florida and you're not working in Maitland, maybe you're working closer to the theme parks or downtown Orlando. Once you get off the highway, there is no shortcut to Maitland. You have to take those roads. So if you are going to make the move and let's say your commute is a little bit further away, keep in mind that you are going to be sitting in some bumper to bumper traffic every day, especially during that rush hour time. The other thing that you want to consider when making a move to Maitland is overall, there's just not a lot of homes in the area to choose from. So they're doing a ton of development, but it tends to be all around apartments right now. There's no areas for new construction where they're building more homes in the area. What you get there and the lots that are there are what they have. So that makes it really hard to find a home when there's not a lot of inventory. That leads me to my next point, which is that Maitland is a higher cost of living than the average areas of Central Florida. And that goes right back to exactly what I was saying before. The prices are always going to be a little bit higher over there because there is so much demand and there's really not a lot of homes or lots to choose from. So just realize that if you're going to make the move to Maitland, you may be settling for a smaller home with a more expensive price, but you're getting all of the amenities of the schools, the locally owned businesses, and all of the things that you love about Maitland. The other thing that you may want to consider if you're making a move to Maitland is how large of a home that you may need. So over in Maitland, there's not a ton of new construction and there's not a lot of new construction or new homes being built in the area at all. Most of the homes over there are those ranch style single story homes. So if you are if you do have a larger family and you do need some more square footage, you may want to consider looking in a closer area nearby. The last thing that I want to mention about Maitland, I know I said how much I love that the food and that most of the restaurants in the area are locally owned. If you do need to get to the grocery store, if you wanted to do some more of that big box shopping, let's say you want to go to TJ Maxx or you want to go to a mall, you are going to have to drive to either Winter Park, Altamont Springs, or those surrounding areas in order to get to those amenities, which results in you sitting in some traffic. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video today. I hope I've given you some more information to help you consider that move to Maitland. If you do have any additional questions, like I said, I've lived in Central Florida my entire life. We've been helping families make a move here for over a decade. We are super knowledgeable on the area. And whether you're considering that move to Maitland today or in the future, we'd love to help answer any questions that you have. We are going to be doing a ton of other videos of areas over in Central Florida. So like I mentioned before, if that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap that bell, and thanks for watching.